Hello and welcome to another edition of Paperdolls for Might and Magic 2, Gates to Another World. So we've got quite a few changes since the last time, and well, just as usual, let's start from the beginning of our party. So first of all, we have, of course, Aragorn, the male neutral human knight. He is now level 9. At the moment that I am looking, his points are only 8, so yeah. But of course I'll heal that up when I start recording next time. Yeah, so his highest stat is Might at 25. I think that has decreased since the last time because of equipment changes. He is a merchant and a gladiator. The things that he has equipped are a plate, quote-unquote, mail, +2. So it's a steel plate, quote-unquote, mail. Then he has a great shield, +1. A longbow on his back here. A helmet, +2, also steel. And lastly, something that changed since the last time that I showed the Paperdolls, a broadsword, +3. So it's a cast iron broadsword. The broadswords, yeah, they are extremely good actually, because, well, for some reason they have a lot of attack bonuses, and a sword like that is better than what he had previously. I think that was the Mauler hammer. No, wait, that was the Mauler mace. Yeah. So either way, it's better than that. Okay, so let's move on to the next character. And here we have Boromir, the male neutral human paladin. Level 9, with his highest stat. Also, no, wait, actually, his highest stat is personality at 29. The next highest stat is might at 26. In his equipment, he has a hero medal, a harsh hammer +3, cast iron, a great bow, a rather simple great bow, a B chainmail +5, which translates to that. +5 is cobalt, yeah. So it's bronze and cobalt alloy chainmail +5. And lastly, what he just received is a new helmet. In the game it's Iron Helm +4, which I translated to a ferrochrome helmet +4. It's something of an alloy of chromium and iron, so it kind of fits. Yeah, so it looks kind of interesting, I should say. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's move on to the next character then. And Legolas, the male neutral elf archer. Level 9, of course. His highest stat is accuracy at 25. He is a pathfinder and an arms master. In his equipment, he has a simple chainmail, bronze chainmail, then a great bow +3, a cast iron great bow. Pretty good, as you probably noticed in the game. Then, a new thing that he got is a defense ring +2. So that's steel something. So how I made it look is that since it's impossible to have rings in Hero Machine, unfortunately, I translated it to a pair of vambraces. So that's that. Lastly, he has a Great Axe +3. Again, a cast iron Great Axe. Is it new? It may be new, but I don't remember if I showed that in the last Paperdolls issue or not. Well, either way, that is that. Not a whole lot of changes, really, for Legolas, but still some. So let's move on to Shagrath. Shagrath, the male neutral half-orc robber, level 9. His highest stats are might, endurance, speed, and accuracy. Personality is his second highest stat, along with luck. He is a mountaineer and a pickpocket, and has a thievery rating of 93%. And even despite that, he managed to get one of those chests exploded in our face. Brilliant! In his equipment, he has a great shield +1 mounted on his back there. He has had it for a long time. Perhaps I should upgrade that sometime. Then a crossbow +1. Again, a simple iron crossbow there. Then a thieves pick +5. That means that the thieves pick is a kobold thieves pick, and well, of course, since there was something like that, I made it look like a toolkit. Unfortunately, it's not very easy to make it look like kobold, but that's the closest approximation I could get. From another new thing that he has is a scimitar +2. Like that. Yeah, interestingly enough, a scimitar is pretty much how it looks like here. It's not broad, like in some games they are. It's actually quite narrow. It's similar to a saber. Just that basically a saber that was manufactured in the East is usually considered to be a scimitar, so that's an interesting thing to know. And lastly, he has what the game calls eye ringmail +2, but it translates to a wrought iron ring armor +2. So it's steel. And that makes Shagrath look quite interesting. At least he's no longer bronze. And his AC now is 15, which is not that bad, but could be better. So yes, that's that. Let's see what the other characters have. Gandalf, the male neutral human sorcerer. Level 9. The highest stat is intellect at 25. He is a cartographer and a linguist. In his inventory he has only 3 items, which is the staff +1, quite basic for a staff. Padded armor +3, which is new. He earlier had a lower padded armor, so that makes this a cast iron studded padded armor, basically. Looks interesting. That's the closest approximation I could get to that with the hero machine. But still, that can be understood as being strengthened by metal, even though it's still padded armor at its core. And lastly, another upgraded thing from the last time is a blowpipe +3. Again, cast iron, quite black. And that's that for Gandalf. It's too bad that sorcerers don't really get to equip a whole lot of things. And I still want to give him something like a sling, because the blowpipes are not very good, actually. Oh well. So let's move on to the next character. Frodo, the male neutral gnome cleric, level 9. His highest stat is personality and 29. That's quite high. He is a diplomat and a navigator. In his equipment list, we have a helmet +1. Again, quite old. Then another hero medal, a large shield +1, and still that splint mail +7, which translates to a splint mail of palladium. I also gave him rather matching boots here, because, well, at this level I think he deserves them. And from the new things that we have is a silent horn +1. Fortunately, there were no horns in Hero Machine, so what I did is add another tool set like that. You could imagine that there is a horn right here. It's plausible. And lastly, his weapon has been changed to a flail +3. So that's cast iron. Pretty good. Otherwise, yeah, the interesting thing about Frodo actually is that he now has his inventory full. Well, the equipped one. So he cannot equip anything else. And his AC is 24. That's kind of hilarious. Right, so let's move on to the next character. Big Booty, the male neutral gnome cleric, level 8. And his highest stat is might at 22, interestingly enough. But there is a good reason for that. He is also a linguist and a crusader. The reason for that high might is actually due to his equipment. Now, he has equipped a splint mail +3, so that's cast iron, and 2 new pieces of equipment. The first one is an iron helmet +1, so that means it's an iron helmet, and also a mauler mace +1, so it's an iron mauler mace. And this iron mauler mace is what gives him all that might. And for a person with such low might, it makes sense, because it actually increases his might by quite a lot, and gives him the opportunity to deal a lot more damage. For people that are better at might already, they don't get that much of a bonus. So yes, and now let's go to the last character. Cleo Gotcha, the female evil elf archer, level 8. And her highest stats actually are speed and accuracy at 19. She is also an athlete. In her equipment list, we have a great bow +2 and a standard bronze flamberge. A new thing that she has is a bronze chainmail. Also quite standard, but it's better than what she had earlier. At least it is a chainmail. So that is that. That was all of the characters that we have. Hopefully I can get some more and some new followers, the other ones that we can have later on. But that depends on us being able to defeat the Snow Beast. So we'll see how that goes. And see you all in the game later.